we're back. Kill the Cat Radio, Sharp Teeth, episode 21, coming live from Brooklyn, New York City. Nothing much has changed around here. We got our bass over here, cool bass, and of course, our guest book in honor of Mr. Anthony Bourdain's unfortunate demise. I think it happened right around here, right around this period of time. He was an inspiration to me, an inspiration to many other writers, especially those who worked in the food service and back of the house industry. This is medium raw. It's pretty good stuff, little short stories and things like that. When you look outside his normal famous stuff, like the TV shows and Kitchen Confidential and that stuff, that's all well and good. But he has comic books he's written. He's got other fiction novels he's written, tons of short stories, tons of essays. Really fascinating character. We got the weird statue above him and the hat on the wall. So yes, episode 21. Here we go. First things first, gotta thank the 58 subscribers we now have. Thank you very much. You guys just really came through for me. I said I wanted some subscribers and you did it. And if you're watching this now, if you're one of those 85% who watch and have not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button below and join on up. It's totally free. We'll talk a little bit about that. So let's get on with our show. What is the title today? Let's see here. Looking at our cool clipboard here, nothing has changed. Title for this show is Hollywood is Dead. I like that. Very ominous, right? We kind of already knew that. I mean, we always knew what Hollywood was. It was glitz and glamour for a little while, and then it sort of faded out. And then certainly with the Weinstein stuff and all the other sort of secret ugliness that came out, no one really takes Hollywood as seriously as they used to. Maybe the rest of the world does, but any smart person in the world knows that is a dead, bloated carcass. And now the only people operating in Hollywood at this point are the ghouls. Ghoulish people. Now, of course, why is this? Why is Hollywood dead? It's not like they were running out of money or anything. Well, I think they're spiritually and creatively bankrupt. Creatively, they're screwed. I mean, right now you got the writer's strike. And of course, as of filming this video, I think the actors are going to go on strike. Everybody's upset. They want more money. The producers are freaking out. Streaming services have taken over. Ticket sales overall are down. But why? What happened here? Where did we all go wrong? Hollywood, where did we go wrong? I'll tell you where we went wrong. Point one, officially, is that we killed all our heroes. Now, you cinema buffs out there, if you haven't already tuned in to Kill the Cat Radio Cinephilia, we did episode 1 for that little segment of the channel where we review Roadhouse. That was a pretty heroic movie, I think. But look at all the franchises. Just add them all up. Go ahead. Think about it. Star Wars, totally creatively bankrupt. I mean, the last 3, horrible. Maybe The Mandalorian I'm hearing is okay. Andor, perhaps. You're almost like looking at like a video game version of a great dream we once had. Too much really crappy CGI, barely any story. I mean, where are the writers there? It looks like they already went on strike when they were writing those movies, huh? I mean, they kill off all the legacy characters. Carrie Fisher, unfortunately, died of natural causes. But Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford's character, they died of uncreative causes, right? Yeah, so you had old man Luke found on an island, all messed up, right? It took young Ray to come in there. Where'd she come from? Who knows? You got Harrison Ford killed by his own kid. He was a bad dad. It's the second Harrison Ford bad dad movie he's been in, at least in the last 5 years. Speaking of Star Wars, I even saw some interviews saying, you know, in Star Wars, there's really no good or evil. I mean, who's really to say what's good or evil? Obi-Wan Kenobi would say what was good or evil. Darth Vader would say what's good and evil. Okay, there's pretty good binary forces going on there. Take another great franchise, the Terminator franchise. Please tell me you guys did not watch Dark Fate. A very raspy and alcoholic Linda Hamilton comes back to be this depressive, sad woman, training yet again another Mary Sue. We'll go into that a little bit later. Total destruction of a franchise. Basically rewrote everything. I mean, it's Terminator 2, just completely different. Instead of having, you know, young Edward Furlong, we have, please fill in the blank name of Latina X actress, whatever. She took over. So now she's going to run the show, take over the whole squadron for the future. I'm not seeing it. She's 4'11". I mean, at least John Connor grows up to be kind of a buff guy, you know, like when I remember the little scars and stuff like that. Yeah, at least he grew up to be a man. Looks like he can actually run other men. This little 4'1.5" whatever warrior lady, it's not going to work out. Just didn't work out. And I was sad that I actually went to go see it in the theater. I walked out. We got another one, James Bond series. We didn't just take James Bond out. No. He was yet again a bad dad. Remember, he didn't know his daughter, right? But in the end, he does the heroic sacrifice to walk into a missile and explode. And they actually killed James Bond for the first time in all of James Bond's history. They killed a dude. Daniel Craig is over. They couldn't just like let it ride off in the sunset. Léa Seydoux could have been cool. We would have loved it. Fans of the franchise would have loved it. Instead, he walks into a missile, explodes. That's about it. They even had the gall to say, yeah, James Bond will return. I'm pretty sure you exploded him. Look at the new Matrix. Where's the hero there? I mean, that was an embarrassment. I mean, Matrix 4, this was horrific. I knew already not to go see it in the theater. It was a horrible movie. Did you guys watch this movie? They just started replacing people. Neo and Trinity. I can't even recognize who these heroes are anymore. No more heroes. The heroes have been destroyed. There's a pattern here. Follow along. The Alien franchise. What happened there? They had to go back in time to fuck it up, even by its own creator, Ridley Scott, who did the last one. And it's horrible. It's just a terrible, terrible, terrible ending to, I would say the first three being the worst, Alien 3, were pretty solid movies. I mean, Alien 1, amazing. Changed the game, right? Alien 2, come on. That's one of the best ever. Alien 3, not so much. What do? They genetically recreate her in 4 and never to be seen again, really, except in flashbacks. So there you go. Killed Ripley. That was pretty good. Good job. Didn't want to do a young Ripley or maybe Sigourney Weaver's still around. She's still there. You don't want to like bring her back as the hero? No, we can't have that. No heroes. Can't have heroes here. The Ghostbuster franchise. Oh my God. Not only was the Ghostbuster reboot the female Ghostbusters, as they call it, right? Which was a total tragedy. I mean, yeah, there were some cameos, but that's pretty much what it was. It was just terrible cameos. And then the last one, was it Afterlife or whatever? It did give or attempted to give some kind of homage to the past, but fans by that point, people just gave up after they were tricked into the 2016 version of Ghostbusters. This whole other new one, no one really cared. It's just dead. It's just there for money. So you got kill all heroes and all the dads are bad. Bad dads, kill all your heroes. Bad dads, kill all your heroes. Okay, that's a pattern going on here. And I think people go to movies to escape. People go to movies because they want to see something that maybe they can't do in their actual lives. Can we all be heroes? As David Bowie once sang, I think we can, even for just one day. Thank you, Bowie. Take all the dads out, kill all the heroes. What are you left with? Now you just go and see all these soul-crushing re-releases and redos and et cetera, et cetera. And people are wondering, why isn't it sticking? Where's the sticking points? Why aren't the fans coming back? I mean, we're giving you member berries all the time. How come the fans aren't coming back? Well, pretty good reason. Maybe because you killed all the heroes and all the dads are bad. All right. Patriarchy appropriately smashed in Hollywood. I mean, Disney's struggling. There's Marvel's dead, right? As far as we know, there are patterns interlinking all of this. If you were to sit down and look at the patterns of these modern Hollywood movies, especially in the last 5 to 10 years, you're going to see an extraordinary synchronistic coincidences that occur. Like all dudes suck. All dads are bad. Mary Sue, who we'll get into later, all women are great. No flaws. They win every fight. And that's the way it's going to be. Now, I mean, look at Ellen Ripley from Alien series. There's a female hero, because I already knew you were going to get into that, right? You're like, well, he's only focusing on the men. No, we have wonderful lady heroes as well here, okay? Heroine is what we like to call them. No pun intended. Linda Hamilton from the Terminator franchise, completely destroyed by Dark Fate, to be replaced by younger, more vacuous and pointless characters. If you kill all the heroes, there's no reason to go see any more movies anymore. You're going to turn to other things. Why do you think video games are so huge nowadays? It's because you're the hero. You can actually win the game. And that's something that's kind of programmed into our minds, that there is biological forces at work here. We like to see when things are positive. We like to see when heroes are winning. And that's just part one. But that's why I'm saying I want you guys to really think about that in every movie you see from now on, especially if it's a big budget tentpole franchise kind of thing, you're going to see immediately these little patterns start coming along, which brings us to point 2. Nobody cares anymore. Why? Please refer to point 1. No, but there's more. After all the ghoulish information that came out from the Hollywood elites and how they took advantage of men and women, now that we know that's both, people are turned off. They're not that interested. They're going to stay home. Plus, skyrocketing ticket prices. I mean, I went to the movies the other day and went to go see The Flash, which, whatever, maybe one day I'll talk about it. I go in and I get one ticket, and this is at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, $17.50. That's not IMAX, $17.50. Then I decided, well, you know, for memory's sake, I remember getting an ice cold Coca-Cola, popping hot popcorn with butter and salt. And I say, can I have a small popcorn and a small Coca-Cola, please? On the ice. They're like, sir, you can just go and get your Coca-Cola over there. You serve yourself. I'm like, not a problem. I could do that. Obviously, we're moving to a self-service world these days. Popcorn, small bag, giant bag. That's a small. And it was totally dry and felt gross and tasted like shit. And I had to give it up, not even a quarter way down the bag. I was like, oh, God, I just feel sick. So between a crappy classic Coca-Cola that's kind of already tapped out, just tastes cheap, just like flavored, colored, dark sugar water, basically what it tastes like, plus the dry, nasty, probably rotted popcorn. I forgot to mention the popcorn and the drink, $15. So what is that now? We're up to $32.50 for one person, an adult, at 1 p.m. to go see a movie, standard def, not IMAX, none of that stuff. I'll pay more for IMAX. I'll admit that. $32.50 for me to go out to the movies by myself. Who is going to do that? What if you have a family? You want to take your wife and your kids, your two kids, right? The classic American tradition. You got the husband, you got the wife, and you got two kids. How much is that? You're looking over $100 there, buddy. You're almost at 150. You know what you could do with $150? Get your TV, set it all up, buy some cool speakers, right? Set it up in the family room, sit your family down, make your own popcorn. If you want soft drinks, I don't think you should give them to children, but if you want soft drinks, get your own soft drink, crack it out, boom, sit at home and watch this stuff there with your family in peace. That's what people are doing. People are like, oh, we're losing money at the box office. Well, one, you killed all the heroes. Two, you insulted all the heroes. Three, you called them all bad dads, except for Ellen Ripley, who basically just won't come back until there's a good script. And, you know, she's pretty smart, so she's not going to come back to any of these dog shit scripts that they're putting out now. And who's at fault here? Hollywood, California. Now, things are changing, so I don't want to be completely negative on this point. They're making movies in Atlanta. They're making movies in Canada. They're making movies elsewhere, South Carolina, New Orleans. They're picking places that are reasonably more affordable to actually have a tentpole movie shot and filmed in their city. We don't need you, Hollywood. You're dead. All the big guys at the big top there, they know they're dead. They know it. Why do you think they're holding out on all the writers and the actors financially? Because they're like, we need to clutch our pearls. We need to keep our treasures, you know, close to our chests here, because they are going down. Pretty soon, independent creators are going to start taking over. We're going to see a resurgence of that through video on demand, YouTube, Twitter. All of these other platforms are starting to pop up. And if one person comes to watch your movie, charge $1 for that. Now, if 100 people watch your movie, that's $100. But if you get something that really takes wind online, all the money is going right to you, by the way. It's not going to anyone else, okay? So we're cutting out the middleman really, really, really quick. And who wants to live in California anyways? Bunch of vacuous weirdos out there. I know there's good people. I know there's good people everywhere. I don't want to judge you guys, but I've lived in Southern California. I know what's going on around there, okay? It's disastrous. It's super expensive. The freeways are jammed. Taxes are insane. Immigration's out of control. Pollution in the seas and ocean. I remember when I lived in Southern California, you could go to the beaches. You could bring your own brewskis or what have you. You could have barbecues out on a public beach, and it was all good. Now, I won't even come near Southern California if you paid me to. I understand. If you're a working actor, you have to go out there. You got to live there. Maybe there are little pockets that you can go to, but with like the secret blood cults and stuff like that, and the children abuse and the Harvey Weinstein future pluses that are going to be coming out of there, and the weird orgy parties that they got. Just go watch Brad Pitt's Babylon, you know, all that early stuff. They were kind of making fun of it to see what they could get away with. That stuff's still going on now, just in probably a lot worse ways. So Hollywood, you're dead. We don't need you. We probably never needed you, but you had us fixed there for a little while. You had us there. You almost completely controlled the entire environment. Well, Technology is finally caught up to the content creator. And pretty soon, I'm going to give it about 10 years. But when it comes around, Hollywood is gone. Totally vacant. It'll be filled with homeless shelters everywhere, tent cities, violence, crime. No. You better own a boat if you live out there, because that's going to be the only way to get out of California. The future is in the hand of the people. I swear to you. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds pie in the sky. I know it sounds weirdly optimistic, but guess what? I am optimistic. If you guys are watching me on this platform right now with a crappy camera and a crappy microphone and barely a script to go off of, imagine if there was a budget. Imagine if there was money behind me. Imagine if you put together a crew, cameras are available, writers are available, talent is available, directors are available, producers are available. We can take over right now. We don't need you, Hollywood, anymore. We probably never did. Blame yourself. Go ahead. I mean, I'm not going to weep over Hollywood's grave. You did it to yourself. You had all the money, the power in the world. You could have done whatever you wanted to do, and you didn't do anything with it. Look at the movie theater. Look what's playing. Remember when there were actually good movies? Which brings me to point 3. The only thing, this is point 3, the only thing that is going to save us in the end are independent movies. Independent creators can actually make something interesting and put it out there for people to see and to take in. I did a little list the other day, and I was just thinking about what are the best independent films in the last 20 years, say, or like since the year 2000. The 90s were great. We had a lot of huge resurgence in art and interesting films, and so many renegade directors and filmmakers and creative people came out of all of this. I did a list. I was just thinking about all the different movies that had come out. Just okay, let's even say just last year. I mean, we had 2 of the greatest ones I saw, which, again, I've talked about in previous videos. You have Tar with Cate Blanchett, right? Totally snubbed at the Oscars. No one gave a crap about the movie. It was too long. It was too weird. People didn't like the vibe of it. Fine. I thought it was amazing. I've watched it 20 times already. The Banshees of Inisherin, amazing. It might as well be a play, but it's on screen. It's beautiful. I don't know if it got as much credit as it should have, because Martin McDonagh, who's the director of the film and writer, cast the same characters that were in Bruges, which is another great movie, no doubt. But a lot of people kind of keep going, well, is it going to be as funny as in Bruges? Like, no, it's a different movie. Yes, it's his cast of characters. He enjoys working with these character actors. It's a different animal. Let's rattle some off, just off the top, you know, let's do this. I mean, there's tons more. I know there's tons more. And one day I'll do an official list of every great independent film, in my opinion, that came out in the last 20 years. This is just like a real quick review, just to give you an example. And it kind of made me feel bad writing this list, because I'm like, wow, we were really lucky in these 20 years to get some of these movies. Spring Breakers, completely insane. I don't care what you think about the movie. I loved it. I thought it was insane. It was irreverent. It was completely hedonistic. It didn't really make any sense, but that's Harmony Korine. No Country for Old Men. Do we really have to go into like why that was amazing? I'm pretty sure everybody knew it was amazing. Coen Brothers, they don't play games. Sound of Metal. You guys seen this movie about the heavy metal drummer who goes deaf? Riz Ahmed is in it. Oh, so good. What a interesting movie about a heavy metal drummer who's going deaf and he's losing his hearing. And think about that. You're a musician losing your hearing. I mean, that's like Beethoven, right? Mulholland Drive. Big movie by David Lynch there. Very, very weird. Very, very twisted. Totally sexy, spooky, and just odd. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Come on. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. What a romantic, weird film. Weird romance. Totally romantic. And if you haven't seen it, get out there and go see it, please. Watch it now. I just watched it the other day. It's amazing. Antichrist. Yeah. Lars Van Trier's. You ever get into him? Lars has some problems. Like a lot of problems. He's very problematic. Antichrist was one of the coolest movies. Beautifully shot. There's a lot of evil in the film. And he even said he was trying to make a evil movie. And well, he did. I'm Not There. Todd Haynes' I'm Not There. The one about Bob Dylan, another Cate Blanchett shining performance. Fantastic stuff where the 6 people or 7 people play Bob Dylan in the movie. Oh, amazing. Drive with Ryan Gosling that made every heterosexual woman in the theater sort of move around a little bit in the waist area a little bit. Drive. You haven't seen it? Go watch it. It's pretty awesome. Pretty cool. Unknown one you definitely probably haven't checked out. Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene. Now, you may not know this movie, but it was super cool. I actually caught it at one of the film festival circuits. Really cool. Early Elizabeth Olsen performance. Her character just gets lost following this strange, bizarre cult in, like, I think it was upstate New York, ran by the awesome John Hawkes. Fantastic gentleman. Actor. He's been in everything, but, you know, he's kind of a character actor, so you don't really see him. But again, these are great movies. These are independent films. Most of the directors, they were taking risks on what they did. And a lot of these movies did make a lot of money. Now, I've heard the old excuse, well, you see, you know, we need to have a big blockbuster picture so we could spend our money on making these small, more handcrafted, interesting films. Wrong. Okay. All that money is going to the super wealthy people in the Hollywood Hills, or wherever the hell they live, Babylon. Okay. We can still make movies. We can make them awesome. We can make them cool, just like those movies I just listed did. If you look at those movie posters, if you haven't seen these films that I put up, take this as Kill the Cat Radio's movie advice for Matthew Diabate. Just some of the movies that have been made in the last 20 years. They're totally independent and so awesome. Do yourself a favor, rewind the video, check it out. Check out the movie posters. If you saw 1, 2, or 7, go look for them. They're out there. Go watch them. They're awesome. They're weird. Each one completely unique. And that's what we're lacking in Hollywood right now. Why is this uniqueness not happening in our cinemas? What went wrong? What's the problem here? You see the patterns. Dead heroes, bad dads, patriarchy bad, heroes terrible. What could be the problem here? What's going on? Where do these clues lead you to? They lead us, friends, to the creep of the week. Okay, now this is a controversial creep of the week, and I don't care. So, you know what? I don't care. Judge me. Only God can judge me. As Tupac said. Why is all this terrible? Why have we got to this place? It's all because of the new breed of Hollywood screenwriters. I know you're on strike. I know. Oh, no. Those poor Hollywood writers and all the 6 figures they make when they actually make good money. I'm not talking about the writers who are grinding it. I'm not talking about you guys. You guys know I'm on your team. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about this breed that went to the right schools. I'm not going to say which schools. NYU. Knew all the right people from these schools. Not going to mention the schools. CalArts. Sure, it's got nothing to do with nepotism from some of these schools, which I won't mention. UCLA Film School. Do a little research on some of these hack-ass Hollywood writers who are now on strike pretending to be sad. Do a little research, find out what families they came from. Do a little research and find out what schools they went to. You're gonna see a frightening pattern. The actual chances of an up-and-coming writer, a legit writer, I'm talking about a good writer, like a Robert Towne. Well, if you don't know who he is, then you need to look it up. Robert Towne with an E. Look it up. Chinatown, motherfucker. They all went to the same schools, which means they all know the same people, and they're all taught in exactly the same way. That's why you're seeing all these narratives keep repeating and repeating. There's an agenda here. Now, you've already watched my conspiracy theories video last time for episode 20. I will get into my own Hollywood conspiracies in part 2 of the conspiracy theory ideas. This is a clear case of the banality of evil. Just means you just do wrong and you don't even know you're doing wrong, but you just feel like it feels good, so it's okay, but you don't even know you're doing wrong. There's no overarching crazy conspiracy. Masons. There's no, you know, backroom meetings. Okay, maybe there are. And two of the funny things that a lot of my YouTube friends, I call them my YouTube friends, you know, because they're my friends in real life, right? Don't you love me? You're going to hear them talk a lot about something called a Mary Sue. Now, they've done plenty of great videos already about what a Mary Sue is. You'll notice it immediately. Okay, ready? Here's what a Mary Sue is. It's a female character. Comes into the story. She's already perfect. She's pretty good. She can fight. She outthinks the enemies. She has the moral high ground. And nothing changes through the whole movie. She's just cool the whole way. And if she can debase any of the actual male characters in the movie, even better. That's a cherry on top for some of these new breed Hollywood screenwriters. Take down the major hero guy. Definitely point 1. 2, no character arc. You see, in a story, usually, I'm a writer, I know this, your character should be here at the beginning, have an idea. Then, halfway through the story, they should have a conflict of their idea. Not get what they want. At the end, they win, but not in the way they thought they would win. Screenwriting 101 right here. You don't even need a class. Just watch this video over and over again. Character starts here, wants something. Character in the middle doesn't get it. And character does get it, not the way they expected. Character arc. Mary Sue's character, perfect, more perfect and perfecter. There's no real tragedy. Go ahead and take a little notebook. Okay, watch any mainstream movie and any kind of major franchise tentpole movie and do the little mathematics. Just take your little piece of paper out and go, oh, what's going on here? Let's see here. Is the female character already rad and awesome and has all the great little comebacks? Yes, check. Oh, look, the character. Look at that one. She bests men who have trying to overpress her, you know, like try to the massive patriarchy, right? You got to see that one going. She destroys that. Awesome. Check. Just do a little bingo chart at your house next time you watch a movie with your friends and family. You'll see this everywhere. The patterns are everywhere. That's just Mary Sue. I mean, let's go back to those franchises I mentioned in the first part of this episode here. Luke Skywalker starts all weak, right? Has conflict, realizes, because I consider them all three movies, you know what I mean? Has conflict with his father, turns out to be the worst guy in the entire universe. That's a bad dad. That's a bad dad. That's cool. Okay, that's a bad dad trope. Right on. At the end, he becomes a great Jedi. Totally different from how he started. Character arc. Terminator, Kyle Reese comes back from the future to save Linda Hamilton. Linda Hamilton's character turns into a hero. Sarah Connor is one of the greatest heroes of our time. Starts off what? Kind of a weird teased hair 80s waitress, right? Everybody gets killed that she knows. Dude comes from the future, Michael Bihn's character, right on Michael Biehn, finds out she's going to be the mother of the revolution, okay, in the future when the machines come kill everybody, which is probably going to happen soon. By the end of it, she's a goddamn badass. And when you get to Terminator 2, it gets even better because you think, oh, can Sarah Connor, she starts as a badass, but she even breaks down through the whole movie. You could see her actually really afraid that her little boy is going to get murdered by this psychotic machine coming to kill him and her and anyone who gets in his way. That's character arc. Indiana Jones. This guy's probably the best hero. I mean, half the time he gets beat up. He loses his hat. He gets beat up. Count how many times Harrison Ford gets hit in the head and falls down in the first three movies, which are the only three Indiana Jones movies that actually exist. Call him Indiana Jake, Jake Skywalker, Jake Bond instead of James Bond. It's a new breed of these Hollywood screenwriters. They are well paid, well-connected, well-financed, and all on the same agenda. That's how they stay in business, folks. It's weird. It's terrible. It's ruining movies. And it's creepy because I'm on ear patterns and I'm exposing you one video at a time. And that's the creep of the week. Okay, we do have a talkback section today. Here we go. Got a couple of comments as of late I'd like to get into. Thank you all, you 58 subscribers. I love all of you very much. This is the reason why I started this whole thing. Another gentleman said, I need to beef up on my SEO optimization, or I need to beef up on my SEO, search engine optimization. I'm working on it. As I said, I just got over stage fright 21 episodes ago, and I think I still have a little bit of it. But you're right, commenter on my YouTube channel. I do need to get into it. I will work on studying that. I will think about tag words and et cetera, and I don't know anything about this. I was just happy that I got 21 episodes in under 3 months. And I'm just happy to be here. I mean, this should give everybody a little bit of hope if they want to do something like what we're doing here at Kill the Cat Radio Sharp Teeth. If you get a crappy camera and a crappy mic, and you've got some gumption, you too can start your own YouTube channel. You too can get followers. You too can get subscribers. You too can get likes. I've heard them all already. At the beginning, there were some pretty insulting comments about me, about things I should change and whatever. And I blocked them completely from my channel. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. I welcome criticism. Please bring it. If you got any more, I'm waiting. I'm right here. I'm in Brooklyn. We here. But seriously, though, I remember my mother telling me you should really take down that first YouTube, episode of Sharp Teeth, because I don't even know what I'm doing. And I like referencing it because I want you guys, the viewers who have an inkling to do something like this, to see how bad I was at it. So then you two can actually go and get on YouTube and make your own videos. And I think this gear pretty much costs maximum, just like as the hardware here, probably $30, maybe $40. I use the Zoom program, the Zoom app. Remember the Zoom, folks, from COVID-19? That was fun. Just do that. It's free. It's free. That's why I left up the first episode, because I want you to do it too. Yes, it is a slog, but 3 months ago, I only had 3 subscribers. Now I have 58. That's a couple months. That means what? By that law of averages, in 2 months from now, I'll have over 100. That means 2 months from then, I'll have 150, et cetera, et cetera. Try to imagine putting 100 people in your house right now. That's a lot of people who are watching me. That's weird. People are like, oh, you're not getting the crazy hits and you're not doing it. Most of those hits people have on Instagram or TikTok and all that stuff, they hire people outside of the service to gain all of those followers. It's not even real. It's all bots. You know how it is. It's all AI crap. So in the end, thank you for watching yet again. Hollywood is dead. You're all ghouls. I miss my heroes. I miss my villains. I miss good writers. Thank you to my 58 subscribers. Please follow us on the social medias at Kill the Cat Radio. Hit the like button if you dig what I had to say today. Don't forget to comment in the comment section if you disagreed with me. If you agreed with me, it doesn't really matter. I love both sides to every story. And remember, when you sign up on YouTube, it's free. That's it. It's free. It doesn't take anything. Just hit the subscribe button. Pushes me onward. It makes me happy. Every 1 subscriber I get excited that day. Pretty cool. Thank you very much for watching. This is Kill the Cat Radio, Sharp Teeth, episode 21. My name is Matthew Diabate, signing off.